Picture this, a landfill, not just any landfill, but one overflowing with discarded clothing. Mountains of fabric, once vibrant and new, now faded and forgotten. This is the reality of fast fashion, and Shein, a global giant, sits at the heart of this crisis. Shein churns out thousands of new items daily. Their website boasts an endless scroll of trendy, affordable clothing. But behind the sleek interface and lightning-fast delivery lies a hidden cost, the exploitation of workers and the devastation of our planet. It's time to peel back the layers of convenience and confront the uncomfortable truths behind Shein's success. The choices we make as consumers have consequences. This isn't just about fashion, it's about justice. Shein emerged from relative obscurity, starting as a small online retailer, to become a global fashion force in a few short years, revolutionizing the industry with its rapid growth. Their strategy? Leveraging cutting-edge technology and data analytics to create a hyper-efficient, trend-driven machine. They meticulously analyze social media, identify emerging trends, and push out new designs at an unprecedented rate, often within days. Their direct-to-consumer model cuts out the middleman, offering rock-bottom prices that are hard to resist for budget-conscious shoppers. This approach has resonated deeply with young consumers, particularly Gen Z, who crave instant gratification and the latest on-trend styles. Shein's marketing, heavily reliant on social media influencers and targeted advertising, has further fueled their meteoric rise, making them a household name. However, this success story is built on a foundation of questionable labor practices and unsustainable production methods, raising ethical concerns. The true cost of Shein's cheap chic is being paid by garment workers and the environment, highlighting the dark side of fast fashion. While Shein boasts of its innovative business model, the reality for the people who make their clothes is far less glamorous. Reports from workers paint a grim picture of exploitation and unsafe conditions. Long hours, meager wages, and pressure to meet unrealistic quotas are commonplace in Shein's supply chain. Workers often lack basic rights and protections, facing intimidation and retaliation if they speak out. One worker reported working 18-hour days during peak season, earning a pittance that barely covered basic necessities. Another described a factory lacking proper ventilation, with workers constantly exposed to harmful fumes and dust. These stories, sadly, are not isolated incidents. They are the human cost of Shein's relentless pursuit of profit. The environmental impact of Shein's fast fashion model is equally alarming, raising serious concerns about sustainability. The sheer volume of clothing produced, coupled with the use of cheap synthetic fabrics, is a recipe for ecological disaster, contributing significantly to pollution. Textile production is a major polluter, consuming vast amounts of water and energy while releasing harmful greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. Synthetic fabrics derived from fossil fuels are particularly damaging, taking hundreds of years to decompose and leaching microplastics into our waterways, harming marine life. The fast fashion cycle encourages a throwaway culture where clothes are seen as disposable items. Consumers bombarded with new trends and low prices are encouraged to constantly refresh their wardrobes, discarding clothing after just a few wears, leading to more waste. This endless cycle of production and disposal has devastating consequences for our planet, affecting ecosystems and biodiversity. Shein and other fast fashion giants are fueling a crisis that demands urgent attention and immediate action to mitigate the damage. Amidst the bleak reality of fast fashion, where the industry thrives on cheap labour and unsustainable practices, a glimmer of hope emerges from France. In a landmark move that has caught the world's attention, the French government recently passed groundbreaking legislation aimed at tackling the environmental and social ills of the industry. The law targets fast fashion giants like Shein and others, requiring them to take responsibility for their environmental impact and improve transparency in their supply chains. It includes comprehensive measures to reduce textile waste, promote recycling initiatives, and hold companies accountable for human rights violations. While it remains to be seen how effectively the law will be implemented and enforced, it sets an important precedent for holding the fashion industry to higher standards. It signals a growing global movement demanding change and justice and pushing for a more sustainable and ethical fashion future. This could be the beginning of a significant shift in how fashion operates worldwide. The responsibility for tackling the fast fashion crisis doesn't solely rest on governments or corporations. We, as consumers, have immense power to drive change. Our purchasing decisions dictate what brands produce and the practices they employ. By choosing to buy less, opting for sustainable brands, and supporting ethical production, we can send a clear message to the fashion industry. We can demand transparency, accountability, and a commitment to people and the planet. Support organisations working to promote sustainable fashion and fair labour practices. Educate yourself about the brands you support and their impact. Choose quality over quantity, opting for timeless pieces over fleeting trends. The rise of Shein and the dark side of fast fashion force us to confront our own relationship with clothing. We must move away from the allure of cheap, disposable fashion and embrace a more mindful and conscious approach. This isn't about sacrificing style, it's about making choices that align with our values. It's about recognizing the interconnectedness of our choices and their impact on people and the planet. Let's demand better from the fashion industry. Let's choose to support brands that prioritize people and the planet. Let's rewrite the narrative of fashion, one conscious choice at a time.